why I grunt and scream when I lift. Now, I don't do that every time I lift. I don't do that on every exercise. The core ones, though, especially when I'm doing what is heavy for me, or I'm doing something I've never done, like a weight for a certain amount of reps, I do grunt, sometimes yell or scream. And in this video, I'm going to go to why I do that. It's not really a conscious decision. Like, I'm not going like, oh, I'm going to grunt and yell just because, I want to do it. No, I do it because I think it started naturally a long time ago, when I started lifting years and years ago. And then I took a big break and I'm back again. And I'm stronger than I've ever been, actually. It just came naturally. Like, before a deadlift, I would always get super bad anxiety. Like the lift is not as hard as the 5 minutes leading up to the lift, or like the 2 minutes leading up to the lift, especially. And so I think what happened is I just started going, talking to myself, actually, and I wasn't trying to. It was like, fuck you, fuck, you fucking bitch, just like, fuck. And then just kind of like, right before you fucking, like, within 30 seconds of getting the bar and doing the actual lift, you kind of just, it's kind of like, I don't know why, but it makes it easier or something, or it gets rid of some of that anxiety. And I don't know why I do it, but it helps. It gets me more prepared. Because I've always felt that the 30 seconds, the minute, the 2 minutes, the 3 minutes before the lift is always harder than the lift, especially on deadlifts and squats. Bench, little different. Squats and deadlifts, 100%. The anxiety, the fear, the nauseousness, the oh my god, this is gonna fucking hurt. This is gonna fucking suck. Before, some deadlifts or squats. I'm not talking about warm-ups, but like fucking high reps or heavy weight or singles or whatever the fuck. That all sucks ass. And so it helps, man. And then on the actual lifts themselves, particularly with squats, like grunting on the way up or breathing out real hard, like, kind of a thing, on the way up is really fucking key and important. It's something about, it makes sense. Lifting with anger, not always, but many times, more often than not, for me anyway, makes the lifts easier. I am stronger when I am angrier. It's not the same going in there with a blind rage going, I fucking picking that bar up. But it's like you have to get yourself fucking pissed off, and you have to be a little fucking tense and a little irritated when you're fucking squatting heavy or deadlifting heavy. At least for me. There are times where, like, it's better, I wouldn't say it's better not to be, but, like, for example, I guess, here's a good example. Whenever I do 1 rep maxes on squat, when I always lift, at all times I'm listening to music. The only times I'm not listening to music are when I'm, like, doing a single, like heavy singles with squats, especially like 1 rep maxes, and the same thing goes for deadlift. Bench, I still keep the music on. And so when I'm going the heaviest, I'm actually not even necessarily grunting or yelling, and I'm not listening to music and getting pissed off. I don't know what the fuck I'm just going on, but I scream and I grunt and I yell because it came naturally and because it fucking helps me. Like, again, the most of it is to get the anxiety out of my fucking head, because there's something about fucking going into a fucking heavy deadlift and going to a heavy fucking squat where you're just like, I fucking hate this right now. Like it's so much anxiety, and it's like magnified because you don't want to do it because you know it's gonna suck, but the letdown and the depression and the frustration with yourself of not doing it, if you decide not to do it or if you fail, is so much worse than the anxiety and the fear and the nauseousness before the lift. So it's even fucking worse because you're like, oh my fucking god, this is gonna hurt. It's a lot of reps. I gotta keep my fucking form tight. Like, I'm gonna be out of breath. I'm gonna be red-faced after fucking 1 or 2 reps. But it's magnified because you're like, I have to do it, or I'm going to be in a worse state than I am now. Because there's something about like failing on heavy lifts, or like deciding I'm not gonna do it today. I'm too fucking stressed out, or like, oh, I make 10,000 excuses the reasons I have to do it. You know, that feeling of not doing it or failing is so much like that will ruin my entire fucking day, and that will keep me on a not like I'm depressed, but it'll keep me on a mild depression for like at least 2 days. And so that anxiety and nauseousness and fear and like fuck before the lift is even worse, because, you know, I not only do I not want to do this, but I fucking have to do it, because I've put myself in the mental position and state to where if I don't, I'm gonna feel like shit 1,000 times worse than I do right now. Not 1,000 times, but definitely like fucking 1.5, 1.75, 2 times as worse than you do fucking before the lift. So I grunt, I scream, I yell, because, like I said, I'm repeating myself now. It came naturally, and it fucking helps. Get that anxiety and the fucking so I can just focus on getting that fucking bar under my back or whatever the fuck, and fucking doing the lift. Like here I'm getting fucking worked up just thinking. I'm getting worked up right now. Like I'm getting a little like fuck all this right now, just thinking about the anxiety before the lift. You know, it's like it's like for me, it's fucking awful. I fucking hate it. So any other reasons I squat and fucking yell or whatever? Not really, no. That's it. That's the video. That's why I grunt, scream, and yell. Again, not all the fucking time. Not even on warming up and shit, but it's like when shit gets heavy and you're doing some reps on fucking squats and deadlifts. And sometimes I do the same thing. I don't really yell on the push-up from bench, but sometimes I'll breathe out real hard like before the lift, trying to like psych myself, get all that anxiety out so I can focus on push on the fucking correct form and the bar and all this shit. Because I feel like at least half the battle with, and I fucking mean this seriously. I don't know what the percentage is, but somewhere around half, a very large portion of fucking heavy weightlifting, weight heavy relative to everybody. My heavy is somebody else's light, and my heavy is somebody else's I'll never do in my life, whatever. It is so much mental. I guess I'm gonna keep rambling on here. It's not, I wouldn't say it's more mental, because obviously you have to have 2 legs, you have to have 2 feet, you have to have a head. Like there's so many things that you have to be lucky about being being born with a healthy body, which I'm super grateful for. Everything has to fucking, what am I fucking saying? It's just half the battle is fucking just getting yourself in the right fucking mind. I would have never hit my max is right now on bench is 300 even. And I know it's more than that, because when I did my 301 rep max, that bitch went up a little quick. I was like, holy shit, I think it's safe to say I had 310 in me. And then my 1 rep max for squats is 405, probably higher now. Deadlifts I haven't 1 rep max deadlifts in 6 years, something like that. And that was 465 at the time. And my squat is definitely stronger than it was then. And so I have no idea what it is now, but it's probably around there. And I could have never done those lifts or 20 rep squats, the program, if I didn't fucking have the right headspace. Because you can fail the lift before you even get that shit on you, man. Before you even lift the bar, before you fucking put that fucking bar in your hands, you could fail that fucking lift already, because you're just fucking mentally, you're not there. You're mentally like too much anxiety, too much like trepidation, too much like you'll fucking feel nauseous and shit, you know what I mean? So here I am at work. So, yep, again, I may have, who gives a fuck if I repeated myself? That's what I fucking do. That's what I do, I repeat shit.